إن أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم جميعا. I hope that's going to be a good day for all of us. And I hope you guys are really ready for our journey today. I don't see that you packed any bags or anything. We have to travel light because we're not going to stay long there. Okay? Yeah, I mean, so you don't really have to pack too much stuff there. Okay? Because we're going to stay just few minutes. Okay? Because it's very hot. It's really very hot over there. So just to go and come back. Okay? Before you know it.
Everyone we have parachute except the one guy there, the backpack.
Okay. So you figured that today, since we're already talked about the sun, we talked about the earth, okay? Because those are the major things in our solar system. And today, our topic is, we're gonna talk about a journey to Mercury. Mercury, which is, we know it in Arabic as Utarid. Okay? And if we have,
the black one.
and if we have time, in our way back, so we're gonna go here, and if we have time on our way back, we're gonna go to Venus. Okay? So if we have time. So maybe on our trip back, probably we'll go to a journey to Venus. Venus, which is Az-Zahra. Okay? So this is our agenda today. But before I talk about those planets and stuff like that, the characteristics of those planets, I just want to say one thing. Okay? And what I want to say, I'm going to put it in here. Why we say what we say. Okay? Why I'm saying all of that stuff? Are we wasting our time? No. We're not wasting our time. Are we worshipping Allah? Yes. Of course, we are worshipping Allah. Okay. So to answer this question, just remember قول الله سبحانه وتعالى وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. Okay, so ليعبدون. So many interpretation for ليعبدون. We take it literally, ليعبدون means we worship Allah. Is it worshipping Allah is only just praying and standing up and going قيام الليل? No. That's our first thing. يعبدون means التوحيد. Okay? Only Allah we worship. Only monotheism. Okay? Single. We gonna only worship Him only. So that's يعبدون. يعني يوحدون الله. And all the books of Allah and all the prophets and everybody was talking about that. Just this is the pillar of the whole Iman. Okay? Also other interpreters took the word يعبدون means that we will do everything that pleases Allah and makes Him happy. Okay? And anything we do, so whether we're our actions, our talks, our behavior, is only for the sake of Allah, just to make Him happy and pleased with us. So why are we doing those things? This is part of our ibadah Allah. God ordered us to do that. تفكر في خلق الله. Seeing the greatness, see the things which you cannot really believe, things you never heard of it. Okay? So why we have to know Allah that much? Okay, we have to know him that much. We have to really know him. Yeah, we know Allah created all of us, he created everything, but we really have to know him more. Why? So we have to know him so we can نزداد إليه, so we can be more anxious. نزداد إليه حبا وخشوعا وطمعا وأنسا وسكينة ورحمة وتعظيما وإجلالا وتوقيرا. This is all what we have to do that. The more we know him, the more we're going to love him more. The more we're going to fear him. Fear him in the sense of fearing him because we love him. We don't want to do anything to make him displeased with us. So the fear with enveloped with love. Taman, I'm gonna interpret the word taman by its meaning. Taman means greediness. Yes, we are greedy for the love of Allah. It is, we are greedy for the love of Allah. Everybody wants more love to Allah. So that's actually طمعا. طمعا في رضاه وطمعا في حبه. أنسا وفي رحمته. أنسا, okay? Just to be secure by being with Allah or Allah being with you. Okay? And sakina, طمعا, sakina, secure, to be calm, tranquility. Okay? Rahma, mercy. Okay? تعظيما, okay, means what we should admire and appreciate his greatness. إجلالا, how great he is. إجلالا لله. وتوقيرا له, respect and خشوع لله. So this is what we have to worship Allah because we are looking for these things and we really wanted to do all of those things so that Allah will be happy with us. So by doing that stuff, all that what I've mentioned, so ولما نفعل كل هذا حتى يحبنا الله وتنادى أسماؤنا في السماء, and our names will be called in the upper heavens. Okay? ويدخلنا جنته, and we're asking Allah to put us inshallah بإذن الله جميعا in his paradise. And ويرينا وجهه ويمتعنا بلذة النظر إلى وجهه. إن شاء الله كلنا بإذن الله we're going to be seeing Allah بإذن الله. What else? ويحرسنا, protect us. ويحمينا, protecting us also. ويأخذ بأيدينا إلى كل ما نحب. Everything we really want to do it, if you are with معية Allah, He will take us with our hands to what we really love because we're doing our dues, what He asks us to do. Okay? ويعفو عنا, pardon us. ويقبل توبتنا, and He accepts our forgiveness. ويغفر ذنوبنا, and forgives all our sins. ويقضي حوائجنا, and does whatever we really need to do. He will help us to do it. ويشفينا, and cure us from all sickness and all bad things. ويسعدنا, and make us happy. ويغنينا, and make us rich and make him comfortable financially and everything. ولا يكلنا إلى أحد, never let us not to rely on anybody but to himself. إلى وجهه سبحانه وتعالى. So this is the answer to the first question. Why we're doing that? So don't think that what we're doing here is in vain. No, we're really doing part. Because worship is not only just praying and paying zakat. This is, yes, it is. This has to be this way, but there are a whole bunch of things around it. Okay, so now, having answered this question now, and I hope everybody's going to be convinced of what we're doing. Okay, and now are we now ready to fly, take off? So we're going to put all of us, we're going to put our spacesuits. Okay. And we're going to pressurize it because we're going to go in an atmosphere which has no atmosphere in there. There's no air or anything. Okay, and we'll fasten our seat belt. Okay, and we're going to count down for the takeoff. All right. So sit down, stay, relax. Okay, and we're going to count out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blast.
Takeoff, blast. Okay. To Mercury. We're going to Mercury.
Okay.
So that's a Mercury. Now we're going to be going to Mercury. So let's see what's in Mercury here. Okay. So as you see, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So you should expect that it's going to be the hottest. And it is the hottest. It's not really exactly the hottest. I'm going to break that rule a little bit when I talk about the next one, which is Venus. We're going to find Venus a little bit hotter than that, and we'll tell you why. But by that arrangement, okay, it's supposed to be the hottest. It's the closest. Okay, so it is so Mercury. We're talking about Mercury now. Okay, so it's like the closest to the sun, the first thing. It is the hottest planet after, of course, after Venus. They are really close in temperature, but this one is slightly hotter, okay? The temperature in here, it ranges really from -300 Fahrenheit, see? Could be really, to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? Because it rotates, so whenever it faces the sun, it's going to be hot. Whenever the other side is going to be really cold. Okay, it's not going to be as cold as this one here. This is really way from sun. Okay, and I want you to know one thing. Okay, when we put them in this array, this is a linear array. Okay, when we say the distance between here and here is so, and distance between this planet and the sun is so, this is an average distance. Because we know that, here is the sun, and the planets are rotating like that, in an elliptical way. So are we talking about the distance, this distance, or this distance, or this distance, or this distance? It's an average. If it's really going, the orbit is really spherical, circular, then yes, it's very right. So all the distances I'm being given to you is an average. Okay? And when I say I have the sun here, this is the sun, and then I have Mercury here, and I have Venus here, and the Earth is here, okay? And when I give you a distance here, and a distance here, between this one and this one, you cannot really subtract the two distances from each other and say this is the distance between these two planets, because they are moving, okay? They're doing different things, okay, and different orbits, all right? So this is true if they are really linear with each other, okay? So anyway, the volume of this one is about 5.6% of the volume of the Earth. Small compared, see? Volume is very small compared to the volume of the Earth. And the weight of the planet is about also 5.5% the weight of Earth. Okay? Again, I don't want you to memorize those numbers. This is just giving you an idea, characteristics. Okay?
You're not going to be tested?
Huh?
Are we
No,
going to be tested for that?
We're gonna what?
Tested?
Yes, we will. But I'm not gonna, my tests are always easy, okay? Okay, and I'm gonna give different tests to everybody because it depends how much I like or how much I don't like. No, nobody really remembers those numbers, and all of those numbers are really approximate, It's nothing really absolute about it. How long? When this one was born, when God created that planet, the age of this planet, what do you think? Give me a number. In terms of thousands of years, millions of years, billions of years, billions of years. Age is 5.4 billion years.
Brother Qasim before.
Okay, I don't know how old you were on that time. Were you?
Brother Qasim was
He was 1 year old.
Okay, now it rotates around itself, so it gives you 1 day. So the one day on the planet itself, 1 day, is about 59 days of our Earth day. Earth Day. Okay, Earth Day.
So it rotates slowly?
Yes. If you are comparing our day with their Earth Day, okay. If you put in a scale for that, 24 hours. If ours is 24 hours, this is 59 times 24 hours. It's all relative. It's all relative. Okay? The 1 year on the planet, okay, is equal to 88 days. So it takes 88 days of our earthly days, okay, to make one turn around the sun. Okay? So 1 day here is 59 Earth day. It means what does it tell you? That it's rotating slow than the Earth, right?
Very slow.
160, 1 over 60 as slow, right? That's it. So if the Earth is rotating 60 miles per hour, for example, this one rotates 1 mile per hour. And that's the ratio here. Okay? Now, what is the surface, the nature of the surface on the planet? It's actually composite, rocky, a rock-like nature, rocks, and metallic. It's 1/3, I think 2/3. Sorry, I'll take that back. It's 1/3 rocky, 1/3 rocky, and 2/3 metallic. Okay, what's a metallic? I mean, this is the body itself. Okay, so what do we have here? What do we have? If this is a planet, okay, it has a very thick core. This is the core. Core is iron. Thick core. That's why it has gravity also on it. Okay, and thin crust. This is thin. Okay? And on the surface also, you're gonna find lots of craters. You know that the craters, when meteoroid hits it and stuff like that, and makes like a dent, like a ding on the surface. Crater. When the big object hit. You remember when we talked about in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay, when we have a meteoroid, okay, hit the ground, impacted with so many thousand miles per hour. Okay, and it was that big, 150 feet, and it made a deep dent in the air, was 500 foot deep. Okay, so this is a crater. This is the trace of a collision of a space object to the planet. So lots of them. So it means I'm being subject to a whole bunch of bombardments. So lots of craters on the surface. Okay. What is the speed of the planet? The speed, I don't want to write V, which is a velocity, but it's actually speed, because you get confused between this one and this one. The speed is about 112,000 miles per hour. That's how fast it goes around the sun. Okay. What is the atmosphere on it?
Hot.
It has an atmosphere on it. Okay, atmosphere. Atmosphere consists of the following: oxygen, hydrogen, helium, potassium. Okay, and this is about 42%. By volume, 42 by volume, not by weight, volume percent. Okay, this is about 22%, it's about 6%, it's about 0.5% by volume, and it has some traces. This is a major constituent, has some traces of CO2, of argon, and of nitrogen.
Can we survive?
Hmm?
Can we survive?
Can you survive? Yes, if you can survive the heat. Yes. It has oxygen. Right.
There is some
But-
oxygen. There is some oxygen.
Can you survive without water?
No.
No.
Doesn't have water.
Well, oxygen is there.
I know oxygen is there, but you cannot really live with oxygen. You need water.
Now we know why Allah chose the earth for us.
That is going to be my crown of the whole series of lectures. Why God chose
The earth for
Earth
us.
to be
See?
our
Yeah,
place to
Yes.
stay.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you the characteristic of each one, and then I'm going to say, so what's so special about the earth?
How can you live there?
What's about not talking? What is so special about?
Well, earth or
What is so special about the earth to God chose it for us to live? Because it is, if you look at this one, you're going to find this one and find this one, so on. So, yes, as far as oxygen, yes, you can.
I would say alhamdulillah.
Okay, but there is no water. The water is Shuryan al-Hayat. It's a major thing. No, the only planet where water has been recorded and found is Earth. Okay, other planets they have some water but being frozen long time ago. Some other planets they have detected some water but has been evaporated because of the high temperature closeness to the Earth. Okay, so again, regarding the water, so although it's really close to the sun, but there was some water was predicted to be frozen there, just frozen. Okay? And I said before that each one of those things, each one of those planets has some sub-planet to it, which is a moon. So there is midget planets around each one. Not all of them have a moon. Mercury doesn't have any moons around it. Venus doesn't have any moons going around it. Does the Earth have any moons around it? One. Okay, and we're gonna see other things, that other planets when we talked about, that some of them are really having more than one planet, have 200 planets, for example, or something like that, 60 planets, 50 planets. Okay, those are the army of it. These are the soldiers of the planet going around it. Okay, was there any spacecraft went to Mercury? They went. There have been so many. Okay, but they didn't really land on it. They were just orbiting around it. Okay, the ones that they already recorded, one is called Mariner, spacecraft Mariner 10, Mariner 10, and that was around 1970s, sometime during the 1970s. And another one was called the Messenger. Okay, and that was around 2004. And the Mariner, probably Mariner 1, Mariner 2, Mariner 3, and so on. Like Apollo 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way until 13. Okay, so this by doing that, I finished my talk about Mercury. Do we have time to jump going back to our next planet, or shall we postpone it next week?
Next week.
We'll postpone it next week.
I'm sure too many questions now, but after we can stop now, Mahmoud. Yeah. We'll take the questions, inshallah. Have a lot of